Ooh, and look at this. Look at this. We have ourselves an NFT collection. Hey everyone, so this is the third video in this series, and in this tutorial we are going to go step by step through putting your NFT collection on the blockchain using the Metaplex Sugar CLI tool. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have the Solana tool suite or Solana CLI tools installed on your computer. You can do this by following the link in the description and then following the instructions on the Solana docs here. I won't go through this in detailed steps, but once you have it installed, you can simply confirm that you have it there correctly by typing Solana --version. It should show your version of the CLI that you have installed. Once you've got that working, you're good to go. We can go on to the next step. Next, we want to get the Metaplex Sugar CLI. The old candy machine is deprecated. You don't want to use that. What you want to use is this Sugar CLI tool or Sugar Candy Machine CLI. So you going into the docs, follow the link in the description. It'll take you to installation, and this is very easy to install. Just follow the installation instructions for Mac or Windows. We'll be using Windows, so we'll let this install. You might have to click allow a few times here. And when it's installed, it will give you this success message. Now that we have the Solana tool suite installed and the Sugar CLI, we're ready to start getting things ready for upload onto the Solana blockchain. To keep things organized, I'm going to be working from Windows Visual Studio and the terminal window from there, which I highly recommend as well. Now, before we set up our assets, what we want to do is set up our wallet. To create a new wallet, we use the command Solana keygen new out file, and then you specify the location and name of the file. For this case, we're going to put it right in the folder that we're located. We'll call it creator wallet.json. It's always going to be a JSON file, so it needs to be saved as JSON. It'll ask you to input a passphrase if you want to do that. We're not going to do that in this case. We'll leave it empty and just hit enter for none. And then ta-da, a wallet file is created. This wallet file contains the private key for your wallet, and then your public key is listed right here. Now that we have a wallet, we want to check our configuration settings and make sure everything's correct. We can do that in the Solana CLI by typing solana config get. So as you can see here, a few things look out of whack. We're going to want to make sure that the URL is pointing to a valid RPC endpoint. In this case, we're going to be using DevNet, and we want to make sure this key pair path is pointing to the creator wallet that we just created. So to get that sorted, we're going to set the Solana RPC endpoint like this: Solana config set --URL, and then the URL address. This will set our RPC endpoint. If you want to use a mainnet endpoint, just Google Solana RPC endpoints, and you should be able to find a few. And now to point the Solana CLI at the wallet we just created, we're going to use Solana config set key pair, and then we need the full path to our key pair. So I'm going to copy this, and then it's creator wallet.json. All right, now we're good to go. I can check the balance of my wallet with Solana balance. And we're going to need to add some DevNet sold to this wallet so we can use it with the Candy Machine CLI tool. So we're going to type airdrop 1. Solana airdrop 1. Usually an airdrop of 1 or 2 SOL works. If you go higher than that, sometimes it'll give you an error. So now we're ready to use the image and metadata files that we made in the previous videos. If you want to figure out the format or review it, go to the Metaplex docs and you can check out example NFT collection. You can see the format needed for the upload. You can actually scroll down and there's a sample collection at this link here. If you want to see the format, that's the format to use. So I'm going to come back to Visual Studio and I'm going to create a folder called Assets. This is the format used in the sample collection, and this is very important that you name this folder exactly like this, Assets. And this is where you're going to drop your NFT images and metadata. So I'm going to pull up the images I have that we created in previous videos, and I'm going to drop these into Assets. And so I want to highlight two files that we didn't create in the previous videos, but that I added here. And that is your collection metadata file and your collection cover image. These are going to be important for your overall collection, and it will act as a cover image for your collection. And so this needs to be named exactly like this, collection. And you want to put in here, name, symbol, description, and the file name for the image that you're going to be using for your collection cover page image. And with that all said, I think we're ready to upload this to the blockchain. So what we're going to do to start this is we're going to type sugar launch. It's going to ask us if we want to create a config file. And since we don't have one, the answer is yes. The second time around, you might be able to do this, create your own config file, but we're going to let the Sugar tool create it for us. And it's going to ask us now a series of questions to configure our collection. Price of each NFT, this is in Sol. We're going to use 0.1. Now it says found 100 assets. Is that how many NFTs we have? Yes. Found symbols, that are symbol, correct. Seller basis fee points, correct. If you miss some things in your metadata, this is an opportunity for you to get them filled in. Go live date. For the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to use now because we want it to be available immediately and be able to, mint them as soon as we get them launched. Creator wallets, we're just going to use the one. And we are going to use the public key for the creator wallet address that we created here, which is that royalty percentage. Since we just have the one creator, that will be 100% of the royalties. Now it's going to ask us about extra features. Maybe we can make these a topic for future videos, but for right now, we're not going to use any of this stuff. So I'm just going to hit enter. Solana treasury address. For a lot of projects, you can make this different from your creator address, but in our case, we're just going to leave it the same as the creator address. Then upload method, we'll use bundler. Retain update authority, yes. Retain mutable, yes. And we're off. Now it's generated for us a candy machine ID, collection mint ID, all good stuff. And did we do it? I think we did it here. So it says verification successful. You're good to go. See your candy machine at, and it gives us a link. Let's check out the link. Loading. And look at this, we have ourselves an NFT collection. And so we can go in here and we can look at the different mints. We can look at all of these. This is great. We can look at the metadata if we want to. Let's check out the metadata. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, enough excitement though, because these NFTs, they don't have a home yet. To get them into our wallets, we're gonna need to mint them. And to do that, we're gonna need a minting website. So let's get that going real fast. let's jump back to our terminal. One thing that you're going to want to record is this candy machine ID. So save that somewhere. We're going to be using that. Now what we need to do real fast is set up a minting website. I highly suggest copying something existing for this. Metaplex has something that you can use as a starter, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to copy this command in git clone github Metaplex Foundation Candy Machine UI, and then this will be the path that we want to put it. If you don't have Git, you're not used to working with Git, I would suggest just Google it and get familiar with it. You're going to want that installed in general when working with these NFT libraries. So that's going to clone this into the folder that we're working in. Then we're going to cd Candy Machine UI to get in there. That's going to have some dependencies we need to install. So we're going to get the dependencies by typing yarn install. And this could take a minute. All right, now that that's all settled, what we need to do is go to this .env.example file. So what we need to do is set this up to work for us. So you remember that candy machine ID that we wrote down? Well, we're going to need that here. We're going to put our candy machine program ID right in there. And we're going to leave this as DevNet because we're working on DevNet. If you're going to do a launch on mainnet, you might want to spruce up this website a little bit. You'll see how it's pretty simple. And what we want to do here, very important, this .env.example file, we need to rename this to .env, just .env. Ta-da, now we're good to go. All right, now we can launch this minting website and mint some NFTs. So we do this with yarn start. And this is going to launch on a local host. If you want to launch this on a public domain, get some hosting set up, and that should take care of it. But right now we're working local. So let's go ahead and check this out. So running this minting website on local machine, local host 3000. It's going to look something like this. So you're going to need to connect a Phantom wallet, and that Phantom wallet, in that Phantom wallet, you're going to want to make sure that you're on DevNet. You can check that you're in DevNet, developer settings, change network, DevNet. If you need some DevNet tokens, just go to solfaucet.com. All right, we're going to connect our wallet. And it looks like, so we've got our price here, and let's mint. Each time we mint, it's going to cost approximately 0.1 Sol plus some network fees. So I just minted one, let's mint another one. And heck, let's make it 3. Now checking my wallet, I can see that these pixel visas are starting to show up in my wallet. Now I can check my address on any Solana DevNet Explorer, and I can see that I now have 3 new NFTs that I can look at here. And you can see the NFTs are minted in a random order. And now we can go to any one of the NFTs in our wallet. We could also scroll down. We can look at the collection address as well. We can see that our cover image shows up along with the metadata that we wanted to put here. So that's good. And all in all, collection looks good. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and making some NFTs. Please subscribe. In the future, we're going to go through this process on mainnet and really release some NFTs and maybe list them somewhere. So stay tuned.